This is the new feature that the SEC brought out on May 16th. It's just about 4 weeks old, and it allows any non-accredited investor in any state of the nation to invest in startup companies through a qualified crowdfunding portal. So WeFunder is one of those portals. It's a startup on its own right, and it's right here in San Francisco, and they're great guys. And they actually came and saw our first show, and they've been to our promotional events, and it's great to work with a local team that already knows and loves your product.
Okay, so we have a lot of entrepreneurs who are listening. What does it take to do something like WeFunder? What's the deal? How do they charge you? How do you charge the people? How does it work?
They make it...
Obviously, you have to make that promotional video.
You need
that costs a couple of grand, $2 grand.
You need a video, and then they do an interview with the company founders where they sort of elicit all the required information that you need to properly fill out the SEC paperwork. They filled out the SEC paperwork for us. All we had to do was review it and sign it.
Great.
And they took care of all the filing. So they made it super easy. They even designed the profile page. They've got very easy to use templates. They've kind of made it. They've made it very accessible to any startup that wants to use it. It's important to know a couple of things, though. You can't raise more than $1 million through equity crowdfunding, and it's vastly superior to some of the other crowdfunding mechanisms, including SEC's Regulation A, because it supersedes all blue sky laws. So you can fundraise simultaneously everywhere without having to register state by state.
Got it. And this was, for people who don't know the background, there was this Jobs Act, which was to promote more business, more activity. And this is after the financial crisis, when the guys on Wall Street decided they were going to do all these crazy derivatives or whatever of mortgages. They crashed the economy. Everyone remembers in the Great Recession. This Jobs Act was supposed to spur people to do more investing. The SEC approved it years ago, but it took a long time for them to get it out there. And now it's out there. And what do you have to pay to a platform like WeFunder or whoever? They take 10%, they take 5%?
So WeFunder takes 3%.
Only 3%?
That's right. And I think
sounds pretty reasonable.
It's very reasonable. It's better than, I think, some of the other platforms out there.
Yeah. So they take 3% of whatever you raise.
That's right.
So if you're raising $500,000 for this, or
yeah, that's
you're going to try
right.
to raise $500,000. So let's talk about 15 grand.
Yeah, it's very, very affordable. I mean, it's less than the lawyer's fees to prepare an SEC filing of any other type.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do they get some equity or warrants in the company?
Not in our deal.
Huh, interesting. And so people come in, they spend $5,000. What's nice is you give people crowdfunding, Kickstarter type perks.
Benefits, sure.
Yeah, so you got perks as well. So it says here $2,000 gets you access to the pre-sales ticket period, 1 year complimentary access to Club 1923 membership, a discount coupon, any merchandise purchase. And then if you spend $5,000, you get access to the exclusive pre-sale period, 2 years of complimentary access. What is this Club 1923? Is it a bar?
So Club 1923 is our underground 1920s theme party. We've been doing it for about 1.5 years now, and we keep it off of the web, and we don't advertise it. It's strictly a word-of-mouth phenomenon. It's most Friday and Saturday nights. It pops up in a variety of locations, sometimes in abandoned buildings, sometimes in other strange places, people's homes, sometimes in the back of a converted bread truck. And
how many people come to something like that?
It'll be anywhere from 20 to 120,
really?
depending on the venue and depending on the night. And we do our same formula, which is killer cocktails, casino-style gaming, and cabaret entertainment.
So if you put in $5,000, you get 0.1% of net profit share per $5,000. So that's 1/1000th of the profits. If it makes $1 million, you would get back 10,000. Is that right?
No, it'd be 1,000.
1,000.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, it's different than a lot of startups because this company is engineered so that it's profitable from day one.
Got it.
Right? We're going to have operating profits from the moment we open.
Got it.
What we don't have is we don't have the potential down the road for a big liquidation event, a 10x type of capital appreciation, acquisition, or IPO. That's not this sort of company. So what it is for investors, it's a play on cash flow and and ROI. So
Are you going to do multiple productions, or is this for a one production deal? Or is this going to be like a multi-city thing if it goes well, obviously?
Yeah, if it goes
Am I investing in Cirque du Soleil or one Cirque du Soleil?
It's one Cirque du Soleil. If it does well, we will roll it out in other cities, but it's going to be separate production companies. It's going to be separate investment opportunities. And part of that is actually to protect the San Francisco investors from dilution, because when you roll it out someplace else, it's going to be capital intensive. It's going to require another raise. We don't want to dilute our local investors.
Hey, everybody, we have a great new partner here at This Week in Startups, and it's adroll.com. Adroll.com. And what they do is retargeting. What is retargeting? That's when you visit one website, and then, if you're the website owner, you can retarget ads to that individual when they're on other websites. We've all seen this. You search for something on a website, and then when you're on Facebook or on Google or some other site, you see an ad that's not generic and boring and has nothing to do with what you're interested in, or ugly. You see things that you're interested in. This is great for the consumer because they get ads that they would be interested in. And it's great for the publishers because the publishers get to make money from ads that are targeted. And of course, it's great for the sites and the startups. One of our startups, as you know, I'm an investor in Rapify. James Heller, who is the founder of Rapify, says AdRoll is an integral part of his customer acquisition strategy. It allows us to continue to garner impressions long after the initial customer interaction. For example, somebody comes to the Rapify website. You can now then keep retargeting them and sending them different creative ways to engage with, say, their product, Rapify. It's also one of the most cost-effective tools to bolster any integrated marketing strategy. What he means there, James from Rapify, is, hey, it's super effective. If somebody comes to your website, you know there's someone interested. It's like they walked into your store, but they left. They weren't ready to buy, but they wanted to check out your store. Well, you know what? The second, third, fourth time, fifth time, that could be the charm. And this is why those ads are much more targeted and better for the person who's running the ads. It's basically more efficient for the entire ecosystem when it comes to it. And AdRoll is the most widely used retargeting platform. If you haven't heard of retargeting, look it up. They have over 25,000 advertisers using adroll.com, and they convert window shoppers into buyers. As I'm saying, it's super efficient for everybody involved in the ecosystem. And you'll get access to 500 plus ad exchanges, including the Facebook and the Google, as we call them. And you're going to reach potential customers across all devices, browsers, and apps. This balances usability with powerful performance. Machine learning and data science is used to bid on ads quickly and effectively. And so your budget's going to go further if you're a startup company or a marketer. And that eliminates all that wasted ad spend. You don't want to spend money on people who are not interested in your product. If they would never come into your store, why would you spend money on people who are not interested? I mean, think about it. Retargeting is just so brilliant. And it's a really new scientific way to do marketing, and people love it. People on all sides of the transaction love it. Established people like Pantheon and Doc Martens and thousands of emerging businesses are using AdRoll, and you can get $100 credit. That's right. You'll get a $100 credit to get started as a new customer at adroll.com/twist. I know a lot of you are using it already. If you're already using it, you don't get that $100 ad credit. But if you're new customers, you're going to get a $100 credit just for trying it by going to adroll.com/twist. Adroll.com/twist. This really works. Retargeting is one of the great, amazing innovations of the last 10 years, and AdRoll does it really well. Go ahead and check them out, adroll.com/twist, and welcome to the This Week in Startups family.